can't remember the last time I was this excited about working with a new deck. We all, whenever we get a new tarot deck, we have that sort of excitement, and it always depends how long that's going to last. But with this, I just know it's going to become such a favourite. I'm really excited to start working with it. Hey up my ducks, it's Simon here. Welcome back to the Hermit's Cave. I hope everybody is having a good week so far. So if you saw yesterday's video where I had like 3 parcels arrive in one day, you will have seen that I received this tarot deck, which was I was helped to acquire this, let's put it that way, by the lovely Deanne at Blue Crescent Tarot, because I was in her live a couple of weeks ago and she showed this deck. And as I explained yesterday, but just in case you haven't seen that video, Matt Green, who is the creator of this deck, I've backed some of his decks previously on Kickstarter, so the Divine and Play, and then the Refine and Play, and also the add-on RWS tarot deck, which was oh gosh, it's gone out my head of what it's called. Oh I need to find out. As soon as I hit the pause button, it came to me, because that's sod's law, isn't it? But it's Neutral Vibes. And this is an RWS deck that has these very muted kind of browns, oranges, tones. It's really lovely, and it's on beautiful linen cardstock. But this was an add-on deck that you could select when you backed the Refine and Play on Kickstarter. Now, because I'd backed Matt Green's decks previously, I did get the email notification about this. And when I looked at it, I decided not to back it because I don't think I paid that much attention to it. I just thought it was so similar to the Aliman Tarot, whereas, each card has a kind of different art style. The difference, though, with this and the Aliman Tarot is that all of the artwork that is in this deck, even though it's of a different medium or a different style, it's Matt's artwork. So he has pulled this deck together. They have the same backs as well, which is something that is the only thing that kind of irked me a little bit about the Aliman Tarot. It does feel like I've just got, 78 random cards together. Whereas this, with having the same sort of uniform back, I don't know, it just kind of brings it together a little bit more. So there's not a lot on the box has got a little bit damaged, but box is there to protect, in my opinion. So it's nothing too major, just a little bit dinged up on the corners. It's got this nice magnetic closure here. There's no other text, so just other than the green Menagerie. And then we open it up like this. You can see the magnets here. We've got this nice design, and then we have the book. They've moved about a little bit, hoping that's not caused any damage. So I've got a nice little guidebook, which is how many pages? Let's just move this to one side a second. Oops. This is my beautiful pendulum that Ramon sent yesterday. They're not numbered, so we don't know how many pages, unless there's a contents page at the beginning that tells us. Go straight into the minor arcana. Yeah, no, there's no numbered pages, so I don't know how many it is. But we go into the minor cards first, and then we're finishing with the majors. And it is just literally a book that you go straight into card meanings from the first page. Tells you about the minors. And then when we get to the majors, we've got a short paragraph here explaining what the major cards are. Then we go straight into those cards. Nice full page image and some keywords under the title, and then a little bit of a write-up. Looks like a paragraph for each card. And that's basically the book. It is nice. It's got a rose petal finish. It's got a lovely bendy, kind of soft to the touch rose petal finish on the book. All right, then we've got our cards. So we've got this little ribbon. Oh, they're edged. I forgot that they were edged. The ribbon doesn't really help get them out. It's a little bit redundant, really. I can just get my fingers underneath. So it's quite a nice box there. This is kind of like a felt, and it's solid all the way around, so you can't have cards slipping underneath, which is quite nice. We've got this orange ribbon here that helps a little bit, somewhat helps. I really like the backs. I'm going to bring the camera down a little bit now that we're looking at the cards. Okay, that's a little bit better. This is a nice thick deck as well. Look at this. Backs are gorgeous. I really like these. You can see it's a reversible back. Love the green. I mean, this is the green Menagerie. I thought it was called the Green Menagerie. Well, I think it is. It's play on words because it's matte green, and he's created this deck and pulled these images together. So Green Menagerie. But I like the theme as well with the edging. The matte green, I don't have any decks with this kind of bottle green, but that's really nice. Cardstock is beautiful. It's a matte card stock, matte finish, really nice quality. And in terms of the thickness of the deck, it's quite, we'll just take a standard tarot deck and we pop that like that and then try and show this side by side. You can see here, look, how much thicker this deck is than a standard playing card deck. So yeah, the quality is really, really good. And we tend to get that with indie decks. That said, there's more and more mass market decks now that are also, you know, producing some really high quality decks. It is being reflected in the price, unfortunately, but yeah, so nice matte finish all the way around. Okay, in terms of card size, we'll take a standard tarot card. I think, yeah, it's exactly a standard size. By standard, because people often ask, referring to something like US Games or MPC. Llewellyn ones tend to be a little bit shorter, and Lewis Carabeo, I should say, and also Fournier decks are particularly smaller, but this is a standard size. Now, I know this is put in the order of the book, but I kind of want to start with majors. It's just me. So let's start with our Fool and our major cards, and then we'll have a look. So as I said, the idea behind this is that each image is a different medium. So it might be paints, it might be acrylics, it might be watercolour, it might be kind of Photoshop, all different mediums, art mediums. But they're all designed by Matt Green. And the idea is, you know, that it's a deck of many styles, like pulling together your kind of perfect tarot deck. But what, as I said, what I like is the fact that they're all got the same backs and the same edges, so it does feel like it all belongs. So we've got our Fool here. I really like this image. This Fool on the edge of a cliff. I love the red sun in the sky there, just coming through the clouds. And then we have our Magician. Gorgeous. There's lots of details in some of the cards. Oh, and then we have our High Priestess. That kind of reminds me of like a High Priestess card from the Mutation Tarot, something like that. And our Empress is this butterfly. And we've got more of a, the fonts also change in style. I hadn't noticed that. So the High Priestess is like a typeface there. And this one is more like an RWS, Pixies calligraphy for our Empress. And then we have our Emperor card. He's got his orb and scepter, sitting on his throne. The Hierophant. There was a series over here, a show called Years and Years, and this card reminds me of that. It's almost like a filter. In this program, they could put these filters in front of the faces. It reminds me of one that they had in that program. It's very sort of animation, cartoonish. The Lovers. I love the coloration of this card. It's really nice. The Chariot. More of a traditional kind of looking chariot card. Strength is at 8. This is a fully illustrated tarot deck. Beautiful Strength card. The Hermit is really interesting. So it's obviously inspired by Pixies artwork. You can see it's the same line work, but it's been recoloured or redrawn and probably recoloured, if Matt's saying that these are all his art. And it's almost like a Santa, Father Christmas vibe. I love the glow from the lamp. I just moved it then to see if it was my own light, because it really gives that effect of illuminated in the darkness, doesn't it? And the Wheel of Fortune is also very RWS, but I love these colours, these retro colours here. That's really cool. And we have our Justice card, Justice at 11. The Hanged Man. This is quite effective. The Death card. I really like the simplicity of this Death card. I like the colours as well. Temperance. This Devil card is epic, and I think this was at the point when Deanne was showing the cards where I was like, okay, I need to get this deck. I think this is an incredible Devil card. Look at those eyes. It's very much sort of half man, half beast. You can see the human kind of elements and facial structure and things, but you know, there's the nose and the eyes. And we have the Tower. I'm loving this kind of lava that's coming down here around the Tower. The Star, beautiful. Our Moon card, quite monochrome. And the Sun. The baby on the horse has grown up. That was kind of out of perspective, out of proportion. Judgment. Love the purple colours here for the Judgment card. And then we have the World. So that's our majors. Now we're going to look at the minors. We're starting with the suit of the Wands, the Fire. We've got this, is it a salamander gecko? The Two of Wands. You can see it's kind of based on the RWS images. This is clever. And this is a nod to his former decks, I think, when you think of the Divine and Play and Refine and Play, because they are combining playing cards and tarot decks. So here we've got our Three of Wands and the association with the playing cards for the Three of Clubs. This is lovely. Welcome home. And we get the 4 candles. Five of Wands. I love how this is written. I've got the all-seeing eye. Oops. The 6. This is pretty epic. This is like out of a storybook or something, isn't it? Like a Ladybird storybook for our 6 of Wands. And then we go from that, like a 1960s, 1970s storybook image to this very modern image here for our 7. The 8 is quite traditional. I love the coloration of this card. This is really beautiful. I'd love an RWS deck in this style with the black border and the dark colours. Visually, really appealing for me. And we have our 9. He's very tall. He seems out of proportion. His waist is here. Look at his legs compared to his torso. Again, we've got the association with the playing card pips here for the 10 of Wands and the RWS image. We have our page. These are quite RWS looking, aren't they? The Queen, she's beautiful. I love the sunflower throne that she's kind of sitting on. And our King, look at this. Look at the detail. This is like an old kind of Italian deck. Gorgeous. Then we go into our cups. I'm really enjoying this. I'm going to get a lot of use out of this deck. The 2, we have 2 female figures here, but it's very traditional in terms of RWS imagery. The 3 of Cups, they look like they're in a coven, don't they? Fantastic. This looks very Banksy. Reminds me of Banksy's work. Love it. Very simple. I love the kind of line work here. These RWS images with these kind of muted colours are really, whether either in 1 or 2 tones, really striking. A Japanese style card here, which is beautiful. The 6 of Cups. The 7. Look at this. I love this image. Really love that. Oh, I'd love this on my wall as an art piece. The 9. I mean, in some ways, this deck shouldn't work, but it does. For me, it does anyway. Page of Cups. I like that we've got that nod here. Knight of Cups. Wow, look at her. She's like the Bride of Frankenstein or the Magenta from the Rocky Horror. Our Queen of Cups, and like the playing card version of the Courts. It's reversible. The King. And look how, this is an illustration of how beautiful the matte finish on this. I'm under a ring light. I'm trying to think if I've got something glossy to show you in comparison. I could show you against, I've got a Carol Hertzer deck out here on my desk at the moment, and they're quite glossy. So as you can see here, look, under the ring light with a glossy finished card compared to here. It's really, really nice. Okay, and then our Ace of Spades. And again, we've got the nod between the playing cards and the tarot with Refine and Play. So we've got the Ace of Swords here, but we've got it as the Ace of Spades. I've got that song in my head now. The Ace of Spades. Gorgeous Two of Swords. Again, beautiful tones. Three of Swords, quite traditional. I love this image as well. It's like made up of, it's almost like what you'd get in a newspaper, black and white newspaper, made up of lots of little dots. It's fantastic. Love this too. Six of Swords. 7. And the 8 is beautiful. 9, our Nightmare card. And the 10. Wow, look at the, the face. Then we have our Page. Knights. She's fierce looking, isn't she? Our Queen of Swords. And the King, the fantastic Mr. Fox. And then our final suit is the Pentacles, the coins. So very traditional, well, I say very traditional, it's based on the traditional RWS image, but again, I'm really loving these kind of dark borders and different tones and colours. I love this card. I really chuckled when I saw it. The Three of Pentacles. Look at the large font for that. The 4. Our 5. I love the kind of vivid pink and lime green contrast against the black and white image. 6. Oh, I love this. So the diamonds obviously link in with the pentacle suit, and we've got the 8 diamond pips here at the bottom, and then we've got the RWS image here. I can't remember the last time I was this excited about working with a new deck. We all, you know, whenever we get a new tarot deck, we have that sort of excitement, and it always depends how long that's going to last. But with this, I just know it's going to become such a favourite. I'm really excited to start working with it. Our Queen, it is our Queen. It's Queen Elizabeth II, who passed away almost a year ago already, and the King of Pentacles. Oh my goodness, I love this deck. I really, really like it. Even more so than when I saw it on Deanne's channel. To hold it in my hands, feel the quality of it and the beauty of each image. There isn't one image in this deck where I'm like, oh, I really don't like that. And when you're working with a deck that's got lots of different mediums and art styles, that tends to happen. There's usually one where I think, oh no, I wish that wasn't in there. Even though there's like a random kind of Marseille nod here. It just works. The deck works. I do love the fact that we've got the standard backs and the same edges. And I think, dare I say it, I think I prefer working with this than the Alaman. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know your thoughts. I think the deck is still available. If you're in the UK, I'm sorry he won't ship. So when I tried to buy it, it said it does not ship to your country. So thank you, Deanne, for helping me out by getting this for me, and you know, making that possible so that I was able to purchase the deck via you. I really appreciate it. Okay, everyone, thanks for watching, and until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.